Hello, sorry this video is late. I have been out of town for work as well as have been extremely sick. I'm also only going to be able to actually show two of my books that I'm showing for my learning team because my other two books were due back at the library and someone had them reserved, so I had to turn them back in. So my first book is going to be The Great Big Book of Families. This book has really great illustrations as far as diversity and acceptance and understanding that we are all different in some way, shape, or form. Really being able to dive into this book with my children has given me the ability to really figure out who they are and what type of families they come from and what they actually understand about differences. I actually have a little girl who is going through the foster to adopt process with her family, and in this book they talk about adoption, and she related to that and she told everyone what the definition of adoption was. So I thought that was great that my children can relate to this book in so many different ways, not only because of color, but because of different diverse in families, different cultures, and things of that nature. So this was a very, very great book to introduce into my classroom. Another book that I chose was One. That book really talked about how to accept each other, and it had a lot to do with bullying. They incorporated this book with just numbers and colors, and I thought it was very interesting how these colors then turned into numbers and showed how they can come together as one and really be accepting of everyone. Even the one who was doing the bullying ended up getting to join the group at the end. So I thought that was a very great read, and being able to interpret that and take that back to my classroom, show my children some different types of bullying rather than the books that we have right now. I think that's a very great illustration for young children. The next book that I chose was Draw. This is a picture book, and we actually made a week's lesson plan about this book because I wanted the children to really come up with their own book. That I wanted them to make a picture book from themselves. We talked about how this little boy traveled in his imagination through the jungle and witnessed all the animals and became friends and had a great elephant friend to follow him around to protect him and make him feel safe. So we talked about that, and I just really wanted the children to kind of dig inside of their imaginations and see what they could draw without any words, and see if we could put the books together after we presented them to the classroom. So this was a great picture book for the children to kind of just dive into and really understand that you can interpret things in different ways just by showing the picture. And the last book that I chose was You Are Stardust. My children loved learning about this book and talking about the atoms, and seeing all the three-dimensional shapes in the book and all the different abstract art that the book presented. They really enjoyed learning about how the dinosaurs drink the water and we drink the water, and how nature and humans really relate, and how we really depend on nature to survive as human beings. We did a lot of sensory activities with this book, as well as science activities with art. We did a lot of paper mache. They wanted to create some things that they've seen inside of the book, so I thought that was excellent. So that book was a very great take as well. These learning team books that we've had throughout the semester have definitely opened up my eyes to how I need to be better at incorporating books that I can expand off of and really understand, and let my children dive in and get that learning experience that they need. So those are the books that I chose to talk about in my journal, and thank you so much.